Seeing that we'll be wearing our masks for a little bit while longer, I'm going to show you how to mask proof your makeup. You know, you're supposed to sanitize your hands before and after taking off your masks. I'm going to start out with the hands down hand refresher. Shake it well and work it into your hands well for 20 seconds. This is the only hand sanitizer that doesn't leave any kind of residue on my hands, but also leaves them feeling soft. Up first is eye cream. I'm going to go in with the Biossance Squalane Marine Algae Eye Cream. It's got plant-derived squalane for hydration, algae for firming, making it anti-aging. It's also cruelty-free and vegan. Warming it up with my ring fingers, I'm going to take the product under my eyes and then also tap it along the orbital bones. You want to avoid any pulling and tugging of the delicate under eye area. And then I'm going to go in with my Boscia Cactus Water Moisturizer. This is a lightweight moisturizer with Queen of the Night Cactus for a boost of hydration, and it locks it in as well. There's also aloe vera for calming and cooling. It's also gluten-free and vegan. So to keep your makeup lasting longer, your skin needs to be well hydrated. So don't skip your skincare step. Next, I'm going to use my favorite Make Your Natural Glow facial oil. This is an all-natural facial oil that brightens, hydrates, it's also anti-aging and anti-inflammatory. A little bit goes a long way. I'm just going to use 2 drops here, rub it between my hands to warm it up, and press it, making sure it absorbs into the moisturizer that I already laid down. Now, my skin had a bad reaction to a facial scrub that I used, so I'm using whatever I can to help calm my skin down. Whatever's left over, I'm going to work it into my hands and my cuticles. And now to further protect my skin, I'm going to use the Biossance Squalane and Zinc Sheer Mineral Sunscreen with SPF 30. It protects with zinc oxide, water lily helps cool and calm the skin, squalane helps the sunscreen glide effortlessly into the skin while locking in moisture. And even though it's got zinc oxide, they've designed it so it doesn't create any kind of white cast to my skin. So this works really well even on deeper skin tones. And on the plus side, this product is vegan, cruelty-free, gluten-free, and it comes in a recyclable packaging. But not only that, it's also reef safe, so it's safe for our friends of the ocean. And now to prime with my Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. A little bit goes a long way. It's got SPF 15, it smooths over my skin, it is water resistant, so cruelty-free and gluten-free. Now it's going to act as a double stick tape to help my makeup last longer throughout the day, which is also going to aid in less transferring of the makeup onto your mask. And since a little bit goes a long way, I'm going to work and buff this product into my skin using my number 56 Sephora Airbrush foundation brush. I really like it because it's super soft and I get a really nice even application. Then after primer, I'm going to go in with my Cover FX Power Play foundation. This is my favorite by far for my skin type and skin tone. It's got a medium to buildable coverage, it's waterproof, transfer proof, and it's also got rice hull powder to absorb any sweat from the skin without stripping moisture. And it's also got rice bran wax, which helps provide a creamy texture for easy blendability. Work a little bit of the foundation from my Paw palette onto my number 56 airbrush foundation brush, and a little bit at a time. See how little bit? See it? How little? I'm going to apply it by using a stippling motion, which means I'm just tapping it up and down onto my skin to slowly build up the coverage. And this way it's also not going to irritate my skin because it is a little extra sensitive right now due to an allergic reaction that I had. And I'm going to work more onto the cheeks, building up the coverage as I go. And wherever I need a little bit extra coverage, I'm going to go in with that same foundation and tap it directly onto the blemishes. That way I get direct coverage on those areas, and then I blend around the spots to make it more seamless into my skin. And speaking of concealing, up next is the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. This is my favorite concealer to use on set and on myself. It has grapeseed extract as well as magnolia bark extract, vitamin E to lock in hydration. It's also vegan and it's cruelty-free. And because it has optical brighteners in the formula, it reflects light away from the darkness under the eyes. Because this is my own personal concealer, I'm going to go ahead and use the doe foot applicator to apply it right into the dark pocket underneath my eyes. A little bit goes a long way, so I always like to build up the coverage as I go. And after I apply it, I'm going to use a dome-shaped synthetic brush to stipple the product to blend it out. I always want to avoid using a dragging motion, especially under the eyes where the skin is much more sensitive and is easier to wrinkle. And when you're applying concealer, do you ever find that it's hard to use a brush because you're scared of poking your eyes? Well, here's a tip. Go ahead and tilt your chin down and look up into the mirror. That way your irises are further up. And then you will find that it's a little bit easier to get that concealer closer to your bottom waterline. Now remember that concealer will help hide color, but it won't help hide too much of the texture. So if you're lit from above, you will see the pockets under the eyes, but if you're lit from below, you won't see it as much. See how the difference is as I'm moving my head around? For our heavy hitter, I have the Skindinavia Makeup Finishing Spray. It's a lightweight mist with a patented slow-release encapsulated formula. It's oil-free, cruelty-free, and vegan. So not only can you use it as a finishing spray, but you can use it in between each of your cream steps and also before you apply your makeup as a primer. After I spray it on, I like to go in with my little brush and tap it in to make sure it's all fully absorbed. Now that I've sealed in my concealer and foundation, I'm going to add dimension back on using the Fenty Beauty Match Stix. It's a wonderful cream to powder formula that's buildable, it's long wear, and it's cruelty-free. I'm going to start out with a little bit of contouring with the color Mocha. In taking the matchstick, I'm going to apply the color directly underneath my cheekbone where I naturally have that shadow, underneath my jawline, and also the top of my forehead where I tend to be a little bit darker because the sun naturally hits me there. Then after lightly dotting the color on, I'm going to take my number 56 brush and very gently, working in a circular motion, buff out the color so I can blend it outwards and back into my hairline to avoid any demarcation. And be sure that you're blending it really well into the hairline. You really want to avoid that line of demarcation. And once my liquid and cream products are all done, I'm gonna set it with the Hourglass Veil Setting Powder. This is my favorite one for my sensitive skin type. It blurs texture, it's lightweight, it's cruelty-free, and it's also vegan. To prevent creasing, I'm going to apply the powder on with a small eyeshadow brush right under the eyes. That way I know that I'm covering all of the little tiny crevices under the eyes. Then, for the rest of my face, I'm going to go in with a big fluffy brush. And I want to make sure that I'm coating the cream evenly and setting everything evenly with the powder. That way it ensures that everything is going to stay put and it won't transfer onto the mask. And then I'm going to go in with my blush. I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty Match Sticks in Trippin'. This is a cream to powder formula, so I can actually apply it onto my brush and then stipple it onto my cheeks. And for blush with my face shape, I like to start from the apples and apply it towards the higher point of my cheekbone. This helps me achieve the look of higher cheekbones. And then another spritz of Skindinavia's finishing spray. Moving on to eye makeup, I'm going to start out with my Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. It makes my eye makeup crease-free, extends the wear of my shadow. It's also cruelty-free and vegan. I'm going to take a little bit onto my ring fingers and gently tap it onto my lid from the waterline all the way up into the brow bone. And I'm going to do a soft brown natural smoky eye today using the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea 2 palette. I really like this one because it has a very soft shimmer. I'm going to start out with the color Conch, which is a vanilla shade. I'm going to go in with a flat eyeshadow brush and I'm going to place it right along my lid, holding the brush upside down, and without lifting up the brush, I'm going to go left and right. That way I prevent any fallout from happening. Then I'm going to flip my brush over and work in the rest of the product. And with my eye shape, I like to bring the lid color a slight bit higher than the crease to create the illusion of a slightly larger lid space. And by doing this, it helps to make my eyes look a little bit wider. Now for the crease, I'm going to go in with a fluffy brush into a medium brown shade. This one's called Marina. And I'm going to place that slightly above my actual crease, starting from the outer corner of the eye. And again, this is just going to create a little bit more dimension, but also opens up my eyes as well. By depositing the color in the outer corner first and concentrating the color there, and then blending the rest of the color in, you'll create a really nice dimension with the eyes and open it up. And then to create a little bit of a smokier effect, I'm going to go in with a dark brown. This color is called Seaside. I'm going to place it on a smaller dome-shaped brush for more precision. And I'm going to concentrate that once again on the outer corner, creating a little V, and then I'll work that into the crease as well. And then after I'm done working on the top, I'm going to take that same brown shade with that same brush and wrap it underneath the eyes. And then I'm also going to go back and blend in a little bit more with my bigger fluffy brush. Next, for some added dimension, I'm going to take my Sigma Beauty E21 smudge brush. It's got synthetic fibers, it's precise, multi-purpose, has a rounded edge, but it's also flat. I'm going to take the color Siren, which is a dark gray, and I'm going to use just the edge of the brush, picking up the pigment. And then because it's so pigmented, make sure to tap off the excess. Taking the brush, I'm going to place it right under my lash line to create a very soft line effect. Concentrating in the outer 3/4 of my lower lash line. I love me a good wing, and I've been doing it for years, so I'm going to go in with my Surratt Autographique eyeliner. Thin, precise brush tip makes it really easy for me to create a wing. Start by creating a small line extending from the lower lash line upwards towards the brow. And then I'm going to bring that line back onto the top lash line, creating a triangle, and then fill in that little triangle. Then, using short little strokes, I'm going to create the rest of the liner, starting with small strokes. And using the side of the brush, I'm going to place that from the center of my eye and bring it towards the wing. And then keep going until I've brought the line all the way to the inner corner. The key thing for me to doing a good wing liner is using short little strokes. After I finish my wing, I'm going to go back in with that dark gray color on my same E21 brush and just connect it to the wing. Once the liner is done, I'll go ahead and curl my eyelashes with my Uemera eyelash curler. Put the curl at the base of my lashes, and then what I'll do is I'll walk the curler outward to create a nice soft curl. And I'll finish it off with a couple of coats of my favorite MAC mascara. This is the Extended Play Permia blush. And of course, to accentuate the eye look I just did, I'm going to go in with my Honest Beauty eyebrow pencil. This has jojoba oil to help condition the brow. I also love that it has a spoolie on the other end to comb through. Starting off with the spoolie side, I'm going to brush through my unruly brows, and then for the pencil, I'm going to use short little strokes to fill in any little gaps. After filling in, I like to use the spoolie once again to blend the color in. To give the hairs a little bit more definition, I'm going to go in with my Anastasia Clear Eyebrow Gel, just gelling them upwards and back. Now, if you want to wear lipstick under your mask, I highly recommend using a lip liner first. The color I'm using here is a really pretty mauve color called Soar from MAC. I like to start in the center for lining, that way I can create really nice symmetry. And then after that, I use small little strokes and bring it from the outer corner back to the center of the lips. Lining your lips will not only help to define the lip shape, but it will also help to extend the wear of your lip color. And then after the lips are lined, I'm just going to feather in the outer corners. And this is once again going to help to create a little bit more dimension and create the look of fuller lips. Remember when I mentioned the E21 brush is multi-purpose? I'm going to take that brush and use it to blend in the liner towards the center of the lips. And then to color in the lips, I'm going to use my Huda Beauty Liquid Matte Lipstick in Medusa. Is this a beautiful nude shade, but this formula is transfer proof, it's long wearing, has olive fruit extract for hydration, it's cruelty-free and gluten-free. Because this product is so creamy and so pigmented, I'm really just going to work the color in the center of my lips and then press my lips together to blend it, and then go back in with the E21 brush to marry the two colors together. Off the E21 brush and go back in with a little bit of foundation, and I'm going to place that right around the lip line just to clean up the edges a little bit. Then of course make sure to blot off any of the excess color, spray with some finishing spray, and press it in to make sure it's all absorbed. And there you have it. That's how you mask proof your makeup. To thank Wearable Masks for providing me with these awesome, comfortable, breathable, washable, reusable masks. They have adjustable ear loops with an adjustable nose strip. There's also a pocket for replacement filters. It also comes with 2 PM 2.5 filters, and you can find them at www.wearablemasks.com. Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and remove the mask. You can see that there's no transfer on the inside of the mask, and I still have makeup on my cheeks on this side and on this side. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you came away learning a lot from this video. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time.